How do I print an exception in Python? How do I print the error/exception in the except column block?
For Python 2.6 and later and Python 3. X. For Python 2.5 and earlier, use.
The traceback module provides methods for formatting and printing exceptions and their tracebacks. For example, this would print exception like the default handler does. Output. In Python 2.6 or greater it's a bit cleaner. In older versions it's still quite readable. Python 3, logging. Instead of using the basic print function, the more flexible logging module can be used to log the exception. The logging module offers a lot extra functionality, for example, logging messages into a given log file, or with timestamps and additional information about where the logging happened. For more information, check out the official documentation. Usage. Logging an exception can be done with a module-level function logging.exception like so. Output. Notes. The function logging.exception should only be called from an exception handler. The logging module should not be used inside a logging handler to avoid a recursion error. Thanks at Prakapandi. Alternative log levels. It's also possible to log the exception with another log level but still show the exception details by using the keyword argument x_info equals true, like so. Name and description only. Of course, if you don't want the whole traceback but only some specific information, for example, exception name and description, you can still use the logging module like so. Output.
I was going to leave this as a comment on @Jordapont's answer, but I don't have enough reputation. I've seen answers like @Jordapont's answer in other places as well. Phew, I think it's important to note that this will print the error output to sys.start by default. A more appropriate approach to error handling in general would be note that you have to import sys for this to work. This way, the error is printed to stir instead of stout, which allows for the proper output parsing /redirection/ etc. I understand that the question was strictly about printing an error, but it seems important to point out the best practice here rather than leave out this detail that could lead to non-standard code for anyone who doesn't eventually learn better. I haven't used the traceback module as in cat++'s answer, and maybe that's the best way, but I thought I'd throw this out there.
If you want to support the channel, please consider